Hello everybody, and thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. For the video today, I am going to be doing the telephone hop. As you saw, I am scrap lifting the amazing and talented Sarah Scraps, and I could not be more excited about this layout that I get to scrap lift, honestly. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I had printed a photo of the book order that my daughter got, and it is 100% horror books. And so I'm kind of telling that story in this layout. And the story behind this, the layout is actually going to end up being called Strictly Forbidden. And that was because at my daughter's private school, while she was in elementary school, they had a very strict policy that horror books were not allowed in any way, shape, or form in the school library. And I may have sent a very strongly worded email to the librarian about it. But so I don't want anyone to panic about me destroying a book for the sake of scrapbooking. That book page was sent to me many years ago by Studio Calico. There is actually a good bit of controversy around that. I didn't read any part of the book, but apparently some people got some less desirable book pages. So the first thing that I did is I tore off a little piece there of the book page, and now I'm adding some splatters. First the black that was Heidi Swap, then I'm adding in some Studio Calico silver, I believe it is. And then I am adding in some old Mr. Huey in clay. And I really like the way all of those colors turned out. It really goes very well with the color scheme. It's not quite monochromatic, but as you saw earlier, there was kind of a triangle paper. I think it's a pink paisley, maybe. So that paper right there. And I wanted to add some, to the black and white, I wanted to add some pink there. So I put a little strip of that, tuck that in behind the paper tearing, and then just snip it off so that it's kind of uniform a little bit. Next up is the labels, and since I'm sure you didn't want to watch me cut out all the labels, you get to watch me cut out one label, and then through the magic of YouTube, they will all be there, because it would be very tedious to watch otherwise. So I use those labels, I recolored them a little bit in Lightroom, just very basically. They came from Studio Calico originally, and then I put it into Lightroom. I'm not good at recoloring things. I am by no means an expert at Photoshop or at Lightroom, but I do use both of them, and I do love Lightroom. I think I would be probably really lost without Lightroom. So I found some old paper pieces in my scraps, and that's what I'm using. This one has butterflies on it, but it's very like a dark, almost like a wine color, and the butterflies were like a felt material. So I just really went through my scraps and just grabbed ones that I thought could work. Put this one in for a little pop of color, and then just layered up the rest of them. Not a lot of rhyme or reason. The source sketch, they're the source layout, I should say, they are quite uniform and wonderful and beautiful. And since I'm using scraps, it was slightly less uniform. But I did really like that one, the blue, bringing a little bit of a blue in. And it says love, so that's perfect for books, because part of the story of this layout, like I said, the books were banned. Horror books, absolutely banned. And if you ban something, then the kids will want to read it. And so as a result, my daughter loves horror books. It is her favorite genre to read, and it is basically all she reads in like novels. She'll read manga. She's really into that. But for books, it's all horror. So now I'm bringing out all my book stamps. And if there is a stamp about books or a stamp about reading, it is like my kryptonite, and I absolutely have to buy it. So I have several stamps here. I believe this one might be from Kelly Perky, the paper person shop. I am not 100% positive, so I'm very sorry. Like I said, it's a problem, and so I just buy books or book. Well, I buy books too, but I buy a lot of book-related stamps. And then the other one that I'm going to pull out is a Feed Your Craft, and she did a reading set. It's incredible, and I'm going to be using the line of books there to put on the top of the labels. So as you can see from the source layout, there is that top part, and that's kind of what I'm trying to emulate. And so I'm inking up that stamp because Tim Holtz